Like, what has happened between this 1 year? But as menopause loves to surprise you and change your body just on a whim, they just didn't fit anymore. And I was like working out like really hard, like thinking, I'm gonna get in those pants, And then I got home and I was like, I'm not getting those pants. And like, what does it matter? Kind of thing. But they were very cute. So I just felt like so many people could relate to that dilemma in this special time that we are all in, when the body is just doing whatever it wants to do. It's just like, okay, it's Tuesday, we're doing this. Okay, it's Wednesday, we're doing this. All right. So I wrote the script. It didn't take me that long to write it because there was just like so much in me about it. You know, I'm not married, I don't have kids, but I did have Avery, as you can see, and so this is obviously a dedication to her. And I just knew that I could produce everything here. And I was on a trip to Europe this summer, and I had sent the script to a couple people that I know, directors, to ask if they wanted to direct and produce it. And I basically just got tired of waiting for them to get back to me to do it. And I didn't want to sit on it for too long. You know, like if you just keep waiting for people, like it'll either take 3 times as long to get something done, or you can just figure it out and do it yourself. So one night after my French classes, in the room at my host family's house in Montpellier that was like littered with mosquitoes because it was so unbearably hot, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm literally just gonna do it myself. So I just posted some ads on Backstage and some Facebook filmmakers groups that I'm a part of, and Emerson Mafia. Shout out to Emerson. What?
Yes.
Okay.
Amen.
Yes.
We're both Emerson alum.
There's a few of us.
And there's many, I think there's several Emerson
Yes.
folks here today.
And I found the crew. As soon as I found Jen, the DP, who co-directed with me, like the rest of it pretty much fell into place because she brought people on that she knew, and I found Sunny, who was a sound person also from Emerson, and the editor, Quinn from Emerson also. And Katya, our lovely photographer, videographer, she's Emerson also.
Yes.
So I didn't have to look that hard to find talent. You know, like there's so much talent here. And, you know, I feel like we have to create the business to support the talent that is here. And I already knew when I was writing it, I envisioned it like shooting it in my place. So that was easy, like there was no permits involved and, you know, that whole thing. And we shot it just in 2 days. And I knew Vincent already. We had worked, Stuart, excuse me, we had worked on a job together. In my current Eastern Bank ad, no dialogue, but the expression is here. You see what I'm doing? He's in the scene and, you know, we're kind of talking in the scene. So I already knew him, and that day that we shot that ad, I told him, I said, oh, I want to write something one day. I'll, you know, think about you, like when I write something. So when I wrote, I totally was thinking of him, and obviously, like, he accepted. And I just did it, you know, I just did it. And I've since submitted it to some festivals, so we'll see, you know, but I'm manifesting goodness. Party Pants will be a calling card to bigger and better things. And it all started here in Boston because I knew I was able to do it here. It was possible.
I love that. I love the don't ask for permission, do it yourself, and why wait for others when you know you have the capacity to harness those resources. I think that's what I really love about this whole story to begin with. What surprised you the most about working with Boston-based creatives? Were there any surprises, or were there things that, you know, went in a different direction that you had thought about, either way, surprises or otherwise?
I don't know if it surprised me so much, but I'll say I was just really impressed at how professional everybody was and how just on point. Like I could have been in New York or LA, like working with the crew. Like everyone just knew. Everyone's like at the top of their game.
And you have that context as well, because you've been on cruise and you've worked in LA and
you know, some of the crew, they're not that long out of college, but you know, like when you're in college, you're working with the latest and greatest equipment. So there was this just very firsthand, like very recent experience with everything. And it just was like smooth. And I was like nervous, you know, I'm trying to remember the lines, you know, I'm directing Vincent, and you know, it's in my place, which is like, if any of you ever been on a production set, you know, your place is like destroyed. There was just stuff everywhere, so I couldn't even like maneuver in my own space. But they were just like very calm, and you know, they just knew what they were doing. So I felt like Party Pants was in really good hands.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So you mentioned earlier about submitting to film festivals.
Yes.
Where do you hope to take Party Pants next? What's the next stop on the party train?
Next up, everywhere. You know, I would love for Party Pants to get the recognition from one or two festivals. Because it's a short and because it's an indie, you know, I just submitted to ones that have the short categories.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, just any kind of validation and recognition to be in competition with, you know, these other great stories,
Yeah.
I think would be fine.
Keep manifesting good things.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, exactly. So the last question, we're about to dive into a conversation about building creative careers outside the traditional entertainment hubs. As someone who's made a film right here in Boston, what does making it look like for you?
I think everybody has to define that for themselves. As a creative, there's no one way into any door. There's no secret tonic. You know, it kind of doesn't even matter how many people you know. Like, I know a lot of people in the business, but you still have to do everything yourself and prove yourself and not wait for people. So I think, you know, just really having confidence in following your curiosity and just doing it and taking those kind of risks to tell your story is the best thing that you can do to really put yourself out there and just to not be afraid, to just do it, really.
Yeah, don't wait.
Yeah, just don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't wait.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much. You are living proof of what we're here to discuss today. Now I'd love